Hello everyone and welcome to Lost in the Reel. Today I'm going to be talking about the much anticipated third season of The Umbrella Academy. Does this new outing reach the heights of the incredible second season, or is this series starting to fizzle out? Let's talk about it. The Umbrella Academy is created by Steve Blackman, based upon the comics by Gerard Way and Gabriel Ba. The series stars Elliot Page, Robert Sheehan, Tom Hopper, David Castaneda, Emmy Raver-Lampman, Aidan Gallagher, Justin H. Min, Ritu Arya, Genesis Rodriguez, and Colm Feore. After putting a stop to 1963's Doomsday, the Umbrella Academy return home to the present, convinced they prevented the initial apocalypse and fixed this godforsaken timeline once and for all. But after a brief moment of celebration, they realize things aren't exactly how they left them. Enter the Sparrow Academy. Smart, stylish, and about as warm as a sea of icebergs, the Sparrows immediately clash with the Umbrellas in a violent face-off that turns out to be the least of everyone's concerns. Navigating challenges, losses, and surprises of their own, and dealing with an unidentified destructive entity wreaking havoc in the universe, something they may have caused, now all they need to do is convince Dad's new and possibly better family to help them put right what their arrival made wrong. The Umbrella Academy pulled off a minor miracle in its second season. Rather than going into a sophomore slump, it pretty much improved on everything that came before it. It ditched its Debbie Downer tone for a lighter, campier vibe, and transported us to the 60s for a much more focused and captivating adventure. It's been 2 years now since that second season dropped, leaving us off on a crazy cliffhanger that involved our heroes meeting a new, mysterious family called the Sparrows, who might or might not be evil. Everything was set in place for another incredible, mind-bending new season. So, has this 2-year hiatus been worth the wait? Absolutely. The Umbrella Academy Season 3 delivers all of the goods, though I must admit that it definitely does not hit the heights of the second season. My biggest takeaway this time is that rather than focusing on an insane story to keep the momentum going, the showrunners have left it to the performers to keep us invested. This wonderful ensemble of actors have now had the time to build a rapport and chemistry with one another, and to create richly detailed characters that the audience will not be able to resist. The banter between all of these actors is absolutely brilliant, as they spit sometimes vitriolic and other times endearing one-liners at each other at a rapid pace. We have now spent 30 hours of time with the Umbrella Academy, and I've gotten to the point now that I don't really care what kind of shenanigans they get into next. I'm just excited to get to spend more time with these characters. In this season, Luther finds new love with one of the members of the Sparrows, Diego finds out that he has an estranged son, Vanya is going through an identity crisis while being followed by someone from the past, Allison is reeling at the loss of her daughter, Klaus is on the hunt for his birth mother, and number 5 is sucked into the continuous cycle of trying to keep the apocalypse from happening. All the while, we have a whole new family to contend with. One of the biggest issues I found with this season is that the showrunners really have missed an opportunity with the Sparrows. In the first episode, we have a grand introduction and battle, and then it's as if the writers have no idea what to do with these characters, so they let them all fall to the wayside, minus a couple of them. It's a real shame, especially since we were left with that epic cliffhanger in Season 2, promising something really intriguing with these characters. Hopefully with a series like this that plays with time so creatively, the showrunners are able to reintroduce the Sparrows in a more satisfying way in future seasons. With any ensemble show like The Umbrella Academy, some storylines are going to be more compelling than others. In the third season, by far, I was most interested in what was going on with Diego and Lila. David Castaneda has really grown into this role, and his chemistry with Ritu Arya, who plays Lila, is electric. Seeing him being forced into the role of a father to none other than Euphoria's Javon Walton, aka Ashtray, not only added some great humor, but really elevated his character to a new level. I also loved how they handled Vanya's transition. It probably wasn't the easiest thing for the writers to figure out how to not only respect Elliot Page through this time of change, but also do this character justice as well. And I think that they've done an incredible job by not making a huge deal out of it, but rather tenderly making it just be another facet to this complicated character. I also think the relationship between Vanya, now Victor, and Sister Allison adds much of the emotional weight of this season. And I cannot forget to mention the brilliant Robert Sheehan, whose Klaus continues to steal every scene he is in. This show really wouldn't be the same without him. The only storyline that didn't really work for me this time around has to be Luther's. His love affair with one of the Sparrows could have been a highlight, but Tom Hopper's chemistry with Genesis Rodriguez is all but absent and pales in comparison next to Diego and Lila's. And the whole relationship feels forced and honestly a bit cheesy. There were some moments during scenes between the two of them that felt extremely cringy, especially during episode 8. I also think the whole overarching story of this season, with an all-powerful ball of energy in the basement of the academy, is sadly lacking. Whereas in the second season, there seemed to be more of a directive, with a time period that added a clear focus, this third season feels especially all over the place and chaotic. Though I love that you really never know where this show is going to go, there were many times during this season that it felt like it was going nowhere. And I feel like the show does lose steam over these 10 episodes, with the first half being much stronger than the latter half, despite it finishing off with a bang in the finale. But there is so much to love about this series that it's hard to concentrate too much on the many flaws. This is a show full of so much balls to the wall kinetic energy. It is unafraid to take wild leaps of imagination, despite throwing all logic to the wind, that it will leave you guessing at every turn. The Umbrella Academy is a series that time and again proves that anything is possible, being one of the few shows on air that consistently reignites my belief in the magic of television and what it can be. And at its core, we have a group of characters that feel so lived in, like they have really grown up with each other. And we are lucky enough to be given the opportunity to get to share in their wild exploits. The Umbrella Academy might be a mess, but so is this family. And I can't wait to continue to get to adventure on into the messy unknown with them. So I will be giving The Umbrella Academy Season 3 3.75 sparrows out of 5. Although this third season fails to live up to the heights of its second, and it feels more unfocused and chaotic than ever before, the series is lifted up by its superb ensemble of actors who have built upon their chemistry and have created such fascinating and compelling characters. After all of these years, the storytelling might need some dusting off, but the characters and the performers who play them have never been better. Thank you so much for watching Lost in the Reel. What are your thoughts on The Umbrella Academy Season 3? What was your favorite storyline? And what is your ranking of all 3 seasons of this show? Sound off in the comment section down below. And until next time, my friends, take care.